how's it going? So, I think for the most part, this week has been quite slow. Not too much has been happening in terms of what I've been doing, but yeah, to start off with, mainly just been staying at home for most of the week. I did go out on the one day to post something, and again, I was disappointed to see that a lot of people still aren't really keeping their social distance and wearing masks and stuff. Like, after posting an item, I went into a shop to just buy some supplies, and while queuing, there were like guidelines stuck onto the floor to show that where people should stand to keep the distance. So I was just standing and waiting, and then all of a sudden this person just came up right behind me, like as if just the usual really, so right behind me, not keeping any distance at all. And I just kind of looked at that person and I didn't really want to say anything because I didn't want to provoke the person or anything, so I just did my part and just stepped away a bit to keep distance. But yeah, it's just disappointing to still see that a large majority of people are still not really taking this pandemic that seriously and aren't really keeping the safety guidelines in check. But like I said in my previous video, you can't really, like, that stuff's not really in my control. Like, all I can do is just do my part to keep safe. So yeah, but again, it's just a little bit disappointing to see that a lot of people still aren't really keeping to the guidelines. But for the majority of the week, I've resumed continuing my current book, and I've decided to put my visual novel on hold at the moment. I know I mentioned in a previous video that I like to just focus on one project at a time, but I don't know, I just kind of lost a bit of motivation with the visual novel, and then I guess I just want to change things up a bit, so that's why I'm resuming my current book. And overall I'm currently on, well, I read through chapter 4, just changing up parts here and there, but overall it's going still slowly but somewhat smoothly, I guess. So yeah, just resume continuing that and see where it goes from here. And then I still got quite a few more drawings to do for the book as well, so still quite a bit to do before it's completed. It's definitely higher than last week. Like, last week I was just feeling really negative, just overall really rubbish really. But I think this week, I wouldn't say I'm feeling like the best ever or anything. I wouldn't even say I'm feeling really high or anything, but just overall a lot higher than last week. But I guess overall just usual sort of mood. So some days I'm okay, but other days I'm still a bit low. So, but overall I'd say it's a lot higher than last week, so I guess that's something positive to look at. Not really. I'd imagine it's going to be very similar to this week. Like, I don't really have any place planned to go or anything coming up really, so I guess just continuing with my book really, and just try and get some drawings in there to do with it as well. And yeah, overall I'd say it's just going to be very samey. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.